Hello, dear students. Welcome to What, Why, How, the daily initiative by IAS Baba, where we take up a current affair or an editorial and we declutter it in less than 10 minutes. The topic that I have chosen for today is a very hot topic that is happening as we speak right now. It is the tri-commissioning of three frontline platforms of our Navy. So, tri-commissioning means primarily three major naval assets have now been inducted into the Indian Navy. This is what is called as commissioning, and it's called as tri-commissioning because there are three naval assets that were inducted into the army at the same time. This is for the very first time in our country that a tri commissioning has happened, and this was done by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And here, as part of this, he has given certain objectives, certain ideas about defense sector in the coming year. So first, let's look at which are these naval assets that have now been inducted into the Indian Navy. First, we have your INS Nilgiri, then you have your INS Vagshir, and you have your INS Surat. These are the three major naval assets that have been inducted into the Indian Navy today. Now, before I go into the description of all of these, you can see that along with Nilgiri, I have written it is a frigate. Along with Vagshir, I have written it is a Kalvari class submarine. Along with Surat, I have written it is a destroyer. So, to understand this better, let me just take you to this diagram that is over here. You can see when it comes to Navy, we normally think, okay, yeah, we have all these different kinds of ships. But in your Navy, based on the size and the utility of the ships, you have several divisions. For example, if you look at these categories over here, the largest kinds of ships that you have in your Navy is something called as an aircraft carrier. It's called as an aircraft carrier so you can understand these ships would even have like a sort of a very mini runway from which you can actually launch certain aircrafts, certain missiles, etc. So this is the largest of the kind, and most probably in very developed navies also you will not have many aircraft carriers. You will have a very limited number because it is extremely large and very technically equipped. Right next to your aircraft carrier, you have a smaller size ship called as your cruisers. Then after the cruiser is something that we have called as a destroyer. After the destroyer, even much more smaller one is a frigate. After the frigate, you have something called as a corvette. And when you look at the rest two things over here, this is not just based on the size. For example, submarine is a totally different kind of a naval asset. For example, when it comes to a submarine, all the other vehicles are on the surface of the water. Submarine is actually underwater in nature. So submarine is a different type of naval asset altogether. But on the other scale, if you look, it is aircraft carriers, cruisers, destroyers, frigates, and then corvettes. Now coming into our discussion over here. So I just said INS Nilgiri is a frigate. Frigate means it belongs to the smaller category of ship. Then I had mentioned about Vagshir. Vagshir is a Kalvari class submarine. I'll come to what Kalvari is, but understand submarine means it is of this particular type. Then I had talked about INS Surat. INS Surat is a destroyer. So it is much more bigger than your frigate. So I hope based on this picture, it's clear to you which amongst these is like a bigger ship, bigger asset, etc. Now, even here, I have put the pictures. So you can see over here, Surat, as I mentioned, is the destroyer. Nilgiri, as I had mentioned over here, is your frigate. And your Vagshir, you can see only the top part over here, and the rest part of it is underneath. It is your submarine. Okay. Now, before I go further into the why part of our discussion, I just want to give you one more fact related to prelims, which is, see, I said Vagshir is a Kalvari class submarine. Kalvari class is basically the name given to the diesel electric attack submarine. Diesel electric just means that the mode of powering the submarine is in the form of a diesel electric combination. Just like I say, you would have nuclear powered submarines. Nuclear powered means the way the submarine is moving is based on your nuclear energy. Similarly, this is a diesel electric attack submarine. This Calvary class is actually the Indian name of your French Scorpene class. So you know this. Previously, in the beginning times, we would have had the French Scorpene class of submarines. We would have taken it from France and then maybe commissioned it into our army and our navy. But right now, this is not like that anymore. These all the three vehicles, all the three assets that were commissioned today are completely indigenous projects. Now coming into the why aspect about it, because there are a lot of things to be understood over here. See, it's not just the tri-commissioning thing that makes it so impressive. It's the first time, obviously, the three frontline platforms are being commissioned on the same day. But apart from that, this is a vision that was seen by Make in India, where we would have a very large defense indigenization. As said by the Prime Minister, of the 40 platforms commissioned in the Navy in the last few years, 39 have been made in Indian shipyards. That is a huge win for Make in India. That is seen as the vision for, complete indigenization of all of the manufacturing sectors in our country. Now, apart from the boost of a government policy, it also tries to boost the concept of Sagar. Sagar actually is security and growth for all in the region. And which region is this? This is the Indian Ocean region. The idea of India with respect to Indian Ocean is it should be an open, secure, inclusive Indian Ocean region. And to do this, you have to ensure that all the coastlines, all the water bodies in this area are safe. And this is where your Indian Navy comes into picture. As you have seen, even in the past, India is the first responder across the Indian Ocean region. First responder means whenever there is any crisis, be it a man-made or a natural crisis, India is one amongst the first responders to come there with aid. So ideally, India would want all of these sea routes to be safe from illegal drug trade, weapons trade, terror activities, human trafficking, etc. And to do all of this, you need naval assets, and this is where the recent tri-commissioning finds its place. Apart from that, the Prime Minister also mentioned about how the indigenization of defense can lead to port-led development. You have all of these different ports on which these defense equipment is manufactured. So those ports also have certain employment opportunities, certain other industries that are flourishing along with it. So for both employment and for port-led development, it is very imperative that we have defense indigenization. Now, keeping it all in perspective, the future of defense indigenization was put rightly into place by some of the speeches that were held in this event, where some things that were brought into perspective were, see, if you have your Indian Navy completely indigenized and your army completely indigenized, this would change our scenario to a large extent, because right now, India is one of the world's largest arms importer. From being an arms importer, we can move into being an arms exporter. And this will be such a huge boost to our economy. Added to this boost to the economy, India has much higher goals for space and deep sea exploration. And one thing that India has seen as a huge foundation for deep sea exploration is your Samudrayan project. Now, for the Samudrayan project, you can clearly put it into place that having good naval asset is going to be such an important role for your Samudrayan project, where we are trying to go deep under the ocean, try to excavate for rare earth minerals, try to understand the oceanographic, climatic differences, etc. So all of these things can be helpful if we have indigenization of our Navy. So I hope this complete topic has been clearly understood. Until we meet again, take care and happy learning.